Hello there, back for round 4, and we're on the play, and we're going to keep. This hand is pretty good. It's certainly no turn 3 kill or anything, but it has a lot of creatures, so we should be fairly resilient to kill spells. This may or may not be like a blitz type thing. I'm not going to bother, casting mutagenic growth here or anything, since if they have like a firebolt, I'd rather save it for that, I think. And I can just play it any time, any other time, I think. This opponent typically, in my experience, tends to be playing Kiln Fiend, so I guess we're just trying to kill each other. So if I attack Vines, that's 5. Plus 2 is 7, but that's not enough to kill them. So what I'm feeling is I probably want to play Blight Mamba and Reckless Charge it. No, I want to play Icocolomere and Reckless Charge it. So if they're gonna like block Glistener Elf to try and eat it, that's okay, because then I have this mutagenic growth. It's entirely possible that they can kill us next turn, since we didn't have the kill them on turn 3 draw. They can just like take this, since unless we have multiple mutagenic growths, they don't die. So they obviously could have their own mutagenic growth here. But if they do, their creature will still die because of the -1/-1 counters being placed on the Kiln Fiend. I mean, if they had mutagenic growth, it would have resulted in a dead Glistener Elf, but they would have just traded. So that tells me that they didn't have the capability to kill me this turn, which is nice. They could easily have like a lightning bolt or something, because that's sort of common in these decks. And now they get to look, get to see my glorious Vines hand. So if they have a bolt, then they probably want to play it now. Otherwise, the Vines can counter it on their turn, and it goes extra poorly for them if I draw a forest, since I get to play out Blight Mamba and play Kick Vines. Well, that's not quite good enough. So, if I'd drawn a land, I would have flashed back Reckless Charge and used Vines for protection. But since I didn't do that, like I don't actually want to walk into Bolt. It's not clear if the opponent has Bolt in their deck or in their hand even, but they've preordained, they've probed a few times. If they've been digging for one, it's not unreasonable to expect they have it, and I don't think they can kill me this turn. So I guess if they have a main deck Electrickery, then that would be horrific for us, of course. But I'm not going to play around that one. So if we draw a land, then I think everything's great, since we have so many options that kill them. If we don't, then there's a good chance whatever we draw can kill them. We'll just have to wait and see. Alright, so we managed to win a game against a generally faster deck. So we're going to have to watch out for enemy Electrickeries, but we get to bring in Flame Slash and Pyroblast. Pyroblast, of course, killing Nivix, Cyclops, and Delvers. Flame Slash killing everything. I don't expect this is a matchup where Kadama's Reach is going to shine. I also don't usually expect us to have multiple Reckless Charges. Temur Battle Rage is good in like a race matchup, but not necessarily going to have good chances to do that. And let's see. I think all these cards are generally pretty good. You know, you don't normally want to sideboard too much. I guess I can take out because Moondrake Growth's fairly good against like Electrickeries and stuff. Groundswells are as well. Like you can just have a green mana untapped to protect the creature, where Vines doesn't do that. So maybe I just get to take out a Vines and the Battle Rage, since we're less all in on killing them since we have some interaction now. As you saw, it's not actually that key to killing people with Battle Rage. Like you can just kill them with normal spells. This hand looks pretty good, depending on the makeup of the opponent's hand. I'm certainly gonna snap it off. Opponent mulligan to 5, so that's bad times for my opponent. Siakaziaki, I guess. I actually have no idea how that's meant to be pronounced. Showing my cultural ignorance if this is like a real word in a different language. So my opponent getting to know to keep up Electrickery if that's if that's what they have. Alright. So I'm definitely not going to play this elf, the second elf, into Electrickery if I can. Well, that's interesting. So I also don't want to play out the Rancor into just a Lightning Bolt or whatever here. So I'll play Teetering Peaks. So that's a spicy meatball. Pump spell without having to play a card. And let's just pass the turn. Because if the opponent had tried to play a Lightning Bolt there, we would have obviously gotten him with this Groundswell. But they're too smart for that. Having multiple red mana, definitely even better post sideboard, since we can do multiple things. So I guess it's possible that the opponent can now have... We could have Gut Shot. That would be a pretty good one for them to have, I have to say. So what should I do? I'm thinking that I should play Glistener Elf and then Reckless Charge. Because then I get to hold. So if they don't block or do a block where like this survives, I can then hold up Pyroblast, so it's a lot harder for them to kill me with like Gush and that sort of thing. If they want to trade for this, that's okay. It's like a sort of 2-for-1 in their favor, obviously, which isn't ideal. But I think it's okay since Kiln Fiends are so threatening. And I'm not sure how they could kill us through this Pyroblast to like countering like a preordain. Should I counter this Gitaxian Probe? I don't think I should counter the Gitaxian Probe. Like I'm much more afraid of like them playing Island Gush. Like that would be just brutal, and actually give them a fair chance to kill me. But if they tap this, play Shadow Rift, yeah, I definitely got to counter that one though, since it gives evasion. I mean, they could have their own counter spell for that, and like if they could Manamorphose like Hydroblast or something. But okay, so they can still kill us. Like this is how explosive the enemy deck is somehow sometimes. But they need a one more free spell plus. No, I guess they don't even need one more free spell. They just need the Battle Rage. I'm gonna snap off the block, but if they've got the Battle Rage, we're dead. They did not have it, which is excellent. And can we play around? I guess because we still sort of thought they had a bolt, but if they had a bolt, they would have just killed our Glistener Elf, right? Surely. So I'm gonna play this Rancor and attack. Alright, well we managed to defeat our opponent who mulled to 5 in the second game there. We were certainly close to being dead, but alright, we did it. Hopefully you'll join me for round 5.